Well, let's move on. There was a special Valentine's gift for people in this year as well. Mike Myers' Wayne's World movie came out, right?
Yeah.
Like the ultimate date movie. I can't think of a better date
Party
movie.
time, excellent.
Schwing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wayne's World is a seminal film to my childhood. It came out, I mean, I was young when Wayne's World came out. 92, I was 7, 8 years old. So
Right.
I remember watching it and thinking as a kid, like, oh wow, being a teenager is gonna be awesome. Like, not that those guys were teenagers,
Right.
but to me, like, that's what that was. And it's funny to watch it now because it's such a beautiful sort of slice of life film. And it really, I think it really characterized what suburban life was like in the early 90s.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah,
It's like a cartoon version of it.
It is a cartoon version of growing up in flyover country at a time when that was an increasingly alienating experience. And I think it does capture that, because there's a sweetness to Wayne's World. Yeah, it's goofy, and there's also that wonderful surrealism. You know, Dreamweaver cut in when he sees the girl in the streets, or you know,
Foxy Lady.
Foxy Lady dance off.
or breaking the fourth wall, all the way,
All
the
the
multiple
time.
Yeah.
endings, you know,
Yeah.
on and on. But in the midst of that, there is a kind of a grounded realism that's paying off, and it's that these are very believable human beings. I knew Waynes and Garths.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure,
And I think
I still know Wayne's and Garths. Yeah.
I might have been a Garth, come to think of it.
It's a really nice window into sort of the public access culture of the time.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, like TV stations used to set aside some programming time or some programming space for people to just come on and do their own thing.
Yeah.
And it's very much kind of like the YouTube culture of today, but on broadcast television.
Right.
And it was really interesting to see that be sort of the central kind of conceit of that character.
Yeah.
Which I think was amazing.
I might have had a public access television show.
Oh, undoubtedly,
back in the day.
Jared.
That might have happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what this movie did for the song Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
Well, it
it's a great
revived
song.
Queen.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, people were buying Queen cassette tapes again, and it actually brought people who grew up in the '80s or who love classic rock to love this movie as well. Like my dad would have never watched a movie like this, but because it had Queen in it, or because it had Jimi Hendrix, he wanted to watch it, and it was a great mesh of the 80s and 90s. I mean, if you look at Mike Myers' style with the ripped jeans and the plaid shirt tied around his waist, you know, it was totally emulant of Kurt Cobain style or Guns N' Roses, you know. So it was really kind of a cool, it represented the early 90s in a really great way, I think.
I think the catchphrases and sort of the slogans from that movie caught on. But if you remember only one thing when you see that movie, it's that scene in the car where they're singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
That's
it's iconic.
It's the reason why I know that song word for word to this day. I mean,
I didn't know Bohemian Rhapsody until
Until you saw that movie.
and you had a cable access show?
I know.
It was weird.
Yeah. Also, you know, not from the show notes, but also responsible for a great roller coaster at Carowinds in North Carolina. The Hurler.
Weird. Really?
Yeah, the Hurler.
Ooh, I need to try that now.
I will say the one thing I don't like about Wayne's World, or maybe I can pitch this as a compliment, Wayne's World is the best of the SNL skit movies.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
There's a whole decade of these immediately after this. This is Pat and Stewart and the Coneheads and all these others, but Wayne's World was, discounting Blues Brothers, which was 12 years earlier.
Also iconic.
Wayne's World is the best of all of the
Yeah,
entire
and the
batch.
highest grossing of the SNL movies.
Yeah.
Just fun fact.